Yeah, it started. I was just getting ready to talk. Welcome to the first Sunday video update for the month of August. My name is Jared Fuller. Today's date is Sunday, August 3rd, 2025. Joining me off camera this week is my dad, and Amy's over here on the couch, kicking back. So, yeah, we got a lot to talk about, guys. A lot to talk about, but I have to get this camera because it looks like it's over a little too far. Yeah, that might look better. Nope. Nope. Okay, we'll try that. Yeah, so there's a lot to talk about this week, a lot to go over. But before I do that, we do have some comments in chat, which I'm going to read from none other than Chewing Off My Toenail. So he left 5 comments this week. And so here goes. I was waiting patiently for you to bring my toenails to come watch you. I was spooning peanut butter out of the jar when I noticed a gorgeous toenail standing tall and proud from the glop on the spoon. Yesterday, I hired the California Raisins to come do a show for my toenails by singing, dancing, and clapping. I'm snorting over here as I'm laughing. Last night, it had gotten so cold that I had to cover my smiling toenails with a blanket. So they smile as they sleep. And then last but not least, he says, have a great show. I have to take my toenails to the park and then to get an ice cream cone for beautiful behavior. Thank you, Chewing Off My Toenail, for the humorous comments. Spinette, welcome, buddy. Great to see you. Glad you stopped by. I saw that you were in the middle of working on something for your channel. I can't wait to see that. So we have a lot to go over this week. I don't know what that is on my above my eyebrow there. So Dad and Amy went to the Trace Atkins concert in Bay City last week, and as I found out, Dad had an episode when he was there, and I didn't know about it until after the fact. He was taken to an area hospital to be treated for heat exhaustion because it was a hot day. It was a very hot day. And no one got a hold of me because they figured that, it wasn't serious enough to get a hold of me. Like he would just be in and out. They had him on an IV. They, would get Dad in and out. But that's not really what upset me. It was just the fact that I wasn't there with you when you were in the hospital. But you didn't want me to worry? Well, I'm going to worry anyway. You're my dad. That was the only thing that really upset me, is that I couldn't be there for Dad when he was in the hospital. But he is doing much, much better, Spinette. Thank you for asking. Yeah, Spinette, I read your post in your community tab, and I'm like so waiting, bud. I am so waiting. I love you, buddy, and I love your channel, and you're doing wonderful things. You're doing great things. My other channel is seemingly quiet. I've just been mainly uploading Fun Fact Friday videos. I haven't really done much other than that. I have one animation and a couple of shout out videos, I think, and that's pretty much it for now. But I have big plans coming for that channel because I still would like to do some sketch comedy and like portray different characters, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time, and I'm looking forward to that. I would just have to order some wigs off the internet and go about that way. But yeah, there is more content to come, and so yeah, just be patient, and I will get to that ASAP. But I love you and your channel, Spinette. Thank you so much for stopping in, buddy. So that was one of the big things I wanted to talk about. Dad was in the hospital, but they did make it in time for the Trace Atkins concert, which I'm glad that they were still able to see it, to see Trace perform. But knowing that Dad was in the hospital and I wasn't there with him was rather upsetting. But it's all good now. Dad's doing good. Do you want a little spoiler? That's entirely up to you, Spinette. If you want to tell me, that'd be okay. But if not, that's fine. I can wait like everybody else. But I'm feeling a bit privileged today, so yeah, spill your beans. um, so this week, I'm not sure what's happening this week because I paid bills last week and I got all those taken care of. Well, most of them. I still have a couple of other bills that have to be paid. Like my Facebook Meta Verified has to be paid, and then um, I have a payment that I have to make on something else. But then after that, all my bills are paid; they're all caught up. So, um, yeah, I'm looking forward. Oh, Jr. Our buddy Jr. was out here to visit, which we haven't seen him in quite some time, and so I'm gonna get to meet Hornswoggle from WWE. But he doesn't go by Hornswoggle anymore. Now his name is just Swoggle. It's been kind of abbreviated. And he's not with WWE. He hasn't been with the WWE in quite some time for violating rules or something like that. I can't remember right off. It's a fighting animation about two stickmen. Oh, cool. That's awesome, Spinette. Thank you for filling me in on that. Um, really super cool, man. Yeah, I enjoy that. I made another Dodge the Trucker animation where he's a balloon. He like morphs into a balloon and then he's floating on screen. Yeah, so um yeah, there's a little bit of work that goes into video editing and all that good stuff, but when you've done it and when the video's finished, when all of your edits are finished and then you watch it in playback and then you tell yourself, you know what? It's it was worth the time consumption that it had taken to put into this project to make it what it is, and I had a vision for it, and my visions became reality. You're my brother from another mother. Well, yeah, yeah, Spinette. Yeah, I love you, bud. Always have, always will. You've always been good to me. You've treated me decently, and we've always stuck with each other, Spinette. So, um, yeah, I love and appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. This has to be moved. This flashlight has to be moved. It's a distraction. Um, okay, put it up there. Because I can see everything going on behind me in the screen. So yeah, that had to be moved. But yeah, Spinette is like a brother from another mother, as he said, and I just love him to death. He's a good kid. He makes a lot of cool content. And when I had my other channel, All Things Jared, that's where I was acquainted with a lot of the other content creators. And unfortunately, that channel was taken down after nearly 4 or 5 years of the channel being up. Do I plan on making any merch? Nah, I don't think I'm going to go that route, at least not yet. Um, what I want to do is kind of just stick to like content creating. And I've always got ideas for content and I'm still going to do the shout out videos, but I think what happened, Spinette, was I couldn't use screenshots of the actual channel, which is weird because the channels are property of YouTube. They are property of Google, I believe. And when I was taking screenshots of the home screen on the channels, I figured, well, how is that a violation? Because I'm just using what was provided from that platform. So how is it I could be using something from the platform to use on the platform? It just doesn't make sense. But I think a lot of people were just fed up with me, and because I was, um, trying to help people and make a difference, and apparently human beings aren't ready for that. They don't like good people. So, do I feel frustrated because I had to start over from scratch? No, because now I can actually do things differently and better. And maybe I can get even more subscribers than I had previously, with All Things Jared. Although with All Things Jared, I had over 1,000 subscribers. And that was a big deal when I reached 1,000 subscribers, because I never had that many subscribers on a personal channel before. So it was all new to me. It was a great feeling knowing that I had all these people who were coming to watch me and watch my videos. Um, Now September's coming up. September's Childhood Cancer Awareness Month, so I'm going to be uploading some videos and talking about my battle with childhood cancer and what I had to endure. Um, I'll be doing that um, next month. It's just you in the chat. That's okay. That's all right, Spinetta. If you got the time, you can hang out here. I'll be here until 4 o'clock. I don't know what time it is where you live, but here it is 10 after 3. And I have about another 50 minutes left to just ramble on about random shit. Um, but it's usually not bad. People come in here and they want to talk or whatever, and that's fine. You're a minute ahead. Okay, so it's okay. So it's 3:12 here. It's 3:12 here. It just turned 3:12 p.m. Um, so if that gives you any inclination, I'm on the East Coast, Michigan, of course. I'm on the East Coast. Um, but yeah, I have a lot that I want to get done, and there's so little time to do it. I think it's when you get older, everything kind of goes by quickly. Time passes by so quickly, and you just forget sometimes that, wow, it's already that o'clock. Seems like I just woke up like 20 minutes ago, and it's already, dang, it's already late. But yeah. So another thing that happened to me last week, a friend needed a ride out to Davison, and they were sick, thrown up in my car in a bag. Um, but I made it out to Davison, and Davison is on the other side of Flint, and Flint is about an hour away. And I had taken them all the way out there, and all the way back, well, we get well, not even halfway home. We get to a gas station. She only puts $6.14 in my tank. 6 measly dollars, and I will never help this person again. After that, I am done. I'm not going to name drop here because it's not important who, but I'm done. I'm not going to do it anymore. How you doing, King Bob? Hope you're doing well, buddy. But that's a lot of driving, and they're only going to put $6 on my gas tank. No, I'm not doing it again. I don't mind helping people, but I can't do it for free. It costs me. Yeah, one time I fell asleep at 6 p.m. I wasn't that tired. I wanted a small nap. Next thing you know, it's 12 p.m. the next day. Yeah, yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I think it's us redheads. We love our sleep. Us gingers love sleep. There's just no two ways about it. We enjoy our sleep. Our beauty sleep is what I call it. But yeah, I don't mind helping people. I really don't. I love helping people. It's a wonderful feeling. It leaves a good feeling in your heart. And I think that's why All Things Jared, the channel itself, was so successful with all the subscribers. Um, But you get a few people who just don't appreciate anything, and they get jealous, and then they want to call me a pedophile and a child predator and all this bullshit. And then that goes away. So, um, but I'm starting up again with the Jared Fuller Show. I've got just a little under 70 subscribers. Um, I'm hoping that maybe the Jared Fuller Show will be more successful. And, because I plan on doing things differently on that channel. And I'm still going to do the shout out videos. I'm still going to have Dodge a Trucker animations. I'm just going to add some more, different content to the channel. So, just to make it like a variety show, kind of. Um, Although variety shows haven't been popular in over 40 years, but um, we could at least bring that back, that style of viewership back on a YouTube channel. Um, and I think that's what a lot of people do. They um, like Stotely, for example. He plays multiple characters and he does a lot of split screen stuff, and the camera angles are just right, and he adds special effects, which I think is great. And Stotely um, is one of my favorite channels. I find the Jared Fuller Show way more entertaining than All Things Jared. Well, what was wrong with All Things Jared? I'm glad you find the Jared Fuller Show more entertaining, but what was it about All Things Jared? Like, I had over 1,000 subscribers. I must have meant something to someone, because I wouldn't have had as many subscribers as I had. So now I'm curious. Um, I think people out there are just jealous because I had all the subscribers, or as many as I could get, and I was edging closer to 2,000 subscribers. And what happened was the channel had gotten taken down because of crybaby, whiny ass little bitches who attack anyone trying to do the right thing in the world. And there's nothing I can do um, to get them to not feel as insecure about themselves. But for myself, I can continue to try to make the world a better place by helping people or trying to do the right thing when it's necessary to do the right thing. And I don't mind helping anybody, but you know, Davison is quite a long way from here. It's over an hour, and she only put $6 in my gas tank. That's not even going to get me. It won't even get me to Saginaw. Yeah, I'm not going to make someone walk. No, I'm not that kind of person. I wouldn't make anyone walk. Um, but anyway, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's just the idea. Um, it's just the idea that it's costing me to have to do these things. If you need a ride, I'm going to need gas. I'm not going to just do it for free. I mean, now it's a different story. Like, if I had to go that way anyway for something, yeah, I can take you with me and drop you off. Not a problem. But to make a special trip when you're talking 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, the sun is still coming up, and it's like, I'm not even awake yet. And this person was, I don't know, they were sitting on my porch and they were shaking like they were withdrawing from something. Um, but anyway, I, I'm not going to do it again. Not for that person. After that, it's no, forget it. Nothing was wrong with it. That's how I learned about you. I just find it way more entertaining. Well, there's gonna be some more content to come, King Bob. I want to do things differently this time. So I think this is like my second go around with content creation on YouTube, and I'll know who not to shout out next time. But and it's sad because you take a guy like Brenner Vision 109. Yes, he's a young kid. Yes, I shouted out his channel. We were buddies there for a while. Then he turned into a brat. And now, I mean, he was making videos attacking me. And it's like, you know what, kid, you're going to find out one day you're going to do that to the wrong person. And then he had the audacity, he had the temerity to make a community post on his channel. Please forgive me, Jared. Please forgive me. And I don't have any friends. Well, that's why you don't have any fucking friends, Brenner, because you are a little shit. And I'm not going to bully and pick on a kid, not publicly, not privately, not anywhere. But I mean, calling me a predator, I mean, what a shitbag, you know? What a shitbag. Jealousy can get to people. It's annoying when it happens because you mostly get screwed over. Yeah, it's true. It's Brenner Vision 109, Spinette. And I don't want to make it sound like I'm picking on Brenner. But we were friends at one time, and then he turned his back and started calling me a predator. And it's like, you know what? Yeah, if it wasn't for me, he wouldn't have gotten all the subscribers he had. I did him a favor, and that's the thanks I get. So fuck him. You know, that's my attitude. And even if it is a kid, yeah, fuck off. He'll have to learn the hard way that when someone is doing a favor for you, you should at least appreciate it and not be so quick to believe what other people tell you about someone. It's not wise. Like King Bob and Spinette. You guys, you get to know me for me. You're not letting someone alter your view about me as a person or who I am. You're getting the one-on-one back and forth conversation. I mean, I have the mic and I have the power to control people from coming in my chat. However, King Bob and Spinette and Toenail, of course, never given me issues. I've never had problems. Kaleo, he comes in once in a while when he remembers that I'm doing a Sunday show. He'll come in, he'll say what's up or whatever, and then, it's all good. But there are people who used to come into this very chat room and say the most horrific shit, calling me a predator and all that shit. And it's like, you know what? I have a ban button. Fuck you. You're gone. And now they don't come in anymore. So if they do, they know what happens. And by the way, it doesn't change anything about who I am. It doesn't say anything about who I am. It says more about who they are and what they are. Because I'm just sitting here doing my thing. And while I'm out in the world, I try to do as much as I can to help other people. And that's my attitude. Did he take down the video attacking you? I don't know. I don't watch his channel anymore, but I know he was calling me a predator and he was coming on my videos, and it's like, you know what, you little shitbag, I'm not going to deal with this. I was nice to you, I helped you, and this is and what do I get in return? A great big fuck you. Well, okay, fuck you back. I won't help you again. That's kind of a policy. It's a self-made policy that I'll help anybody who needs help if I'm able to help, but don't screw me over, because that's not going to turn out well. It won't go over well for the person. And then they try to use that against me. Was he a child or a grown adult, the guy who called you pedophile? Well, Brenner is a kid. But he went by what everybody else was saying. And then his opinions about me had come from other people talking shit. So, which, okay, he's a kid, so I guess it kind of makes better sense. But when you're an adult, calling you a predator for what? Shouting out his channel? I think he was letting other people dictate for him by calling me a predator and all that. Some kids, man, I swear, I'm a kid myself, but I know for a fact you're not a predator. Well, thank you, Spinette. Of course I'm not a predator. What the, of course. I do it. The shout out videos, and a lot of people were caught off guard by saying, well, I didn't ask you to do this. Of course you didn't ask me to do it. I did it out of the kindness of my heart. which is something that is not, it's not even considered nowadays. Yeah, there are still people out there who are doing wonderful things, and they do it out of the kindness of their heart. They're not asked to do it, they're not prompted to do it. They do it because they're human beings and they wanna see other human beings happy. They wanna see other human beings thrive. And I don't understand what's wrong with that. Some people, you know, what I don't like, and I'll say this much, this is what I don't like. I went to stay with some folks out in, Arizona, which Mike and Lori, fuck off. Um, here's the thing. Their son had autism, okay? And I spent a weekend with him. And when I got back home, I went on one of their live streams on their Facebook page. And I had witnessed a meltdown from their autistic grandchild. And I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to discuss it because it wasn't a temper tantrum, it was a meltdown. There's a difference between a temper tantrum and an autistic meltdown. So what happened was I got on the live stream on their Facebook page, and other people were telling them shit about me, which was not true. And then that formed their opinion about me after letting me stay with them. I'm 2,000 miles away from home. They let me stay with them, but then they listen to gossip, and then that's how they decided that they don't want anything to do with me because they are sloppy thinkers or lazy thinkers. They can't think for themselves. And it's absurd to me. And when I keep asking people, where is the evidence for the claims these people are making? They don't care. So if you don't care, then fuck off. Then I don't care either. Because if this were true, something would have already been done a long time ago, and I wouldn't be sitting here where I am today doing what I do. And then eventually Mike and Lori sent, what do they call that? Cease and desist. They sent the order to my cell phone, and I laughed at it. It's like, you guys are just stupid. You invite me to your house. I fly thousands of miles away from my home here in Michigan to go out to Phoenix, Arizona to spend a weekend with you. And this is the things I get because you let someone else formulate your opinions about me when you've met me in fucking person. We hung out for a weekend, and you're still going to let other people dictate who you can and can't be friends with. If you can't think for yourself, then you're better off. And that's how I feel about Brenner. He's better off because I don't like to associate myself with lazy, slappy thinkers. Even if he is a kid, he's got to learn. Evidence is important. Well, I mean, either way, evidence is important. It is crucial when you are trying to figure out what's true and what's not. You don't have to shout out channels. You're kind as heck, but people take that like you're trying to attack them. Well, I don't. I only attack people when I am attacked. And I'll go on record as saying that's why this channel has so many daily rants. People who make false allegations are douchebags. Yeah, you're absolutely right, King Bob. I agree. Seriously, how scummy do you have to be to make false allegations, especially about a kind YouTuber who's trying to help out your channel? Yes, but I agree. Absolutely. I don't have any ulterior motives up my sleeve. What am I doing? I'm trying to help people. All Things Jared was like a I don't want to say charity, but it was a place where people could come and be themselves. And maybe that opened the door to people who were really and truly being themselves. As King Bob pointed out, douchebags. And there are plenty of douchebags on the internet. Plenty. But I'm not going to stop I'm not going to change who I am because I'm trying to help people. I'm not going to stop Um, like Spinat says, you don't have to do shout out videos, or you don't have to shout out the channels. But that's just me. I like to see channels grow. I love to see channels thrive. And one of the shout out videos I did was for a kid who's deaf and he's got his own YouTube channel. And when I edited that video, I had to go through and manually type in the captions so it would appear on the screen so he could read them, or so his parents or his caregivers or someone could read it to him just in case he couldn't read it. So, um, I don't mind doing that for anybody because I want them to know that they are loved and they are cared about. And I do the same for cancer warriors. I make the special shout out videos for cancer warriors. I do it all the time because they need to know that, you know, even as an adult, you're busy. Life takes you in a different direction. But when you make shout out videos for the cancer kids who are scared and they are unsure of what's going to happen, the shout out videos brighten their day. I write letters to the cancer warriors. It brightens their day. And there is no ulterior motive. I'm a child of cancer survivor myself, coming up on 36 years since my port was removed, by the way. I'm only trying to help. That's it. See, when I had cancer, we didn't have this technology. We didn't have YouTube. We didn't have social media. We didn't have all of these things. We didn't have that stuff. So back then in 1989, it was whoever knew. Whoever you told, they found out. And then they would tell the next person and so on and so forth, like a ripple effect. I understand how Facebook, by the way, Spinat, I don't know if you have Facebook, but look, you can look for me if you got it. Back then we didn't have social media. So my mom never took pictures. Dad never took pictures of me in the hospital. But I have a lot of evidence showing that I was in the hospital, paperwork, battle scars, my Jared Bear. These are all very evident of what I had gone through at the tender age of 2 years old. And when, for a while, I had stepped away from advocacy because I wanted to focus more on my life. I wanted to live my own life. I wanted to live day to day as just not affiliating anything with child of cancer, raising awareness, whatever. And I did this for nearly 6 years. And then after my mom died in 2023, that's when I decided that, you know what? I gotta go back to advocacy. I gotta help people because I made a promise to my mom that I would continue on doing what I do to help kids. And she told me, she says, those babies need their Jared Bear. You got to be there for them. Mama's going to be okay in a little bit. And that's when, she passed away in my hands. So I came back because of my mom, and I'm going to try to do things differently there too, which I think I've made attempts. I have plans, and the plans are being executed wonderfully. I'm not going to go into detail here. I mean, Dad and Amy don't even know what I've been up to. So if that tells you anything, they are clueless to what's going on. And that, I don't like a lot of people, even if it is my dad. I mean, there are some things that I do that they just have to be, for me to know. And it's not that I don't love my dad. Of course I love my dad. It's not that I don't, and it's not that I don't trust my dad. It's not that I don't love my dad. Of course I love my dad. I trust my dad. But there are just some things in my life, that have to be private, just like with Dad. There's some things in his life that have to be private. But if there's a health issue going on, I gotta know about it. Um, like if there's something going on with me, dad's gonna know about it. I'm not gonna keep anything from dad. But anything else, some things you just gotta keep to yourself because the thing is, if you announce publicly what you're doing, not only does it make your deeds disingenuous, but you're also setting yourself up for failure because the people who have a vendetta against you, now they know what your moves are. And now they're going to know who to go to lie to. They're going to know where to attack. They're going to know too much. And I don't need anybody knowing. The only people who are going to know what I'm doing are myself, and I might tell dad eventually, but myself and the recipient of the people I help. That's it. Everybody else is pretty much in the dark about what I'm doing. And it's not illegal. It's not disturbing. It's not disgusting, of course. Um, everything is done from here, from right here. Kindness of my heart. You even survived cancer? Wow. Yep, there's still douchebags who still call you predator. Yeah, I had cancer when I was 2 years old, Spinette. Back in 1989, long before you were born, buddy. Yes, I am a child, a cancer survivor, and I'm going to have some videos recorded for the month of September. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit on the Jared Fuller show. So this is why, like, I don't mind talking about those things, because you never know who's watching out there. There's parents who are going through this with their kids, and they are desperate. They're looking for answers. They're looking for testimony. Yes, and they're looking for someone to talk to. And if they turn to my channel, the Jared Fuller show, they're going to hear me talk about these things. And then the parents they're going to stop and think, you know what? This is a guy I need to talk to. And I will have a link. I mean, there's a link right now to my Facebook. Anybody can send me a friend request. So, yes, Spinette, I did have cancer. I survived cancer when I was 2 years old. I was a toddler. Yes, sir. That's why they call me Jer Bear. That's why my nickname is Jer Bear, because I am a child of cancer survivor. And I'm going to talk about it quite a bit on the Jared Fuller show. So, spoiler alert for you, Spinette. That'll be coming up in September. I'm going to share bits and pieces of my story and kind of give some insight on that. So people can learn. And again, like I said, there are parents out there who are going through the absolute worst with their children. And look no further than the Jared Fuller show, because you're talking to a guy and watching the videos of a guy who's been through it. I don't do it for publicity. I don't do it for pat on the back or validation. I do it because someone out there is going to need to hear someone's testimony, especially that of a survivor. And I'm happy to provide that for them. And so that's going to be part of my efforts for advocacy, because, as I said, I returned to advocacy after my mom passed away from cancer back in 2023, and she died while I was holding her hand. And she made me promise her that I would continue on doing what I'm doing and trying to make the world a better place. So that's what I'm going to do as far as YouTube is concerned. I'm going to talk about some things. So, and I've said quite a bit here. You deserve to survive, honestly. So deserve to survive. Not trying to sound rude or sarcastic or sound mean or bad in any way. You generally deserve to survive. You're an amazing person. Well, Spinette, you're an amazing person too, and that's why I love you so much, buddy. You've always just been awesome to me, and I haven't been on the Jared Fuller Show a lot lately, like I said, other than just to upload Fun Fact Friday videos. But I want you to know, Spinette, that I am so proud of you. And King Bob, if he's still here, I'm so proud of the both of you because now King Bob and I, it was kind of rocky in the beginning because of all the trolling going on. So I couldn't really tell who's being real, who's being a troll, But King Bob, um, he redeemed himself, and it's like, okay, maybe King Bob's one of the good ones. So that's why King Bob, I gave him a second chance. Spinette, you've always been my bro. You've always been a brother to me. You've always been my bro. I've loved you since day one, kid, and you're doing amazing things, and I'm proud of you. And I cannot wait to see what you do with this channel. You're gonna take it to big heights, and that's what I'm hoping to do with the Jared Fuller Show. I want to reach as many people, and the Dodge the Trucker animations that you see on that channel. Do you know what really initially got that started? What gave me the idea to come up with that? I'm waiting to see if Spinette knows because I know he's still watching. But do you know what initially got the idea of that started? What gave you the idea? Kids fighting cancer in the hospital. That's what got me started with that. Hospital stays absolutely suck because you count the days, the hours, the minutes, the seconds, the weeks, the months. Hospital stays are horrible. They drag. And if I figured, okay, I can come up with something kind of humorous, kind of funny to keep the little ones, to keep the kids entertained. They'll have something to watch while they're in the hospital, waiting to be seen by doctors, waiting for their chemo, waiting for their radiation, waiting. Um, you know, that's the reason why I started Dodge the Trucker. I started that because I wanted to keep the kids entertained while they're waiting. That was the idea behind Dodge the Trucker. And then it took on a life of its own. And so now I have to create some new content for that. And like I said, the animations are time consuming. They are, but it's worth it. In the end, it is so worth it. It is so rewarding because you know for a fact that someone out there is going to laugh. Someone's going to like it. And that's another reason why I wanted to start doing sketch comedy. I want to play different characters. And with the camera angles and my video editing software on my computer, I can make it look as though there's two of me. So I can just be myself, plus I can be the character that I'm portraying. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. And I can't wait to get started. I can't wait. I'm excited. I had a calcium buildup in my pinky when I was 5. There's still a scar to this day. I have 3 battle scars, Spinette. I have a mark for my chemo port under my armpit. I've got the scar going across my stomach, and then I have a little mark, um, a little white indentation on my wrist where I had arterial blood gases. Um, they checked the oxygen and the acidity levels in your blood, and those are painful. ABGs are painful. They have to put you to sleep for that. There's no way you can do it when you're awake because it's considered like a surgery, almost. Same here. I broke my right collarbone in 3 pieces. Ooh, ooh, Spinette. That sounds painful. Oh, his collarbone in 3 places. Oh God, I had a cousin who broke his collarbone. Which cousin was that? Damien or that was Daniel's. One of the kids broke their, or no, was it Hunter? Hunter. I know it was one of the kids, one of my cousins. That was just last year. Oh goodness, Spinette. Oh. But that's why I want to make the channel entertaining and educational. And the point I was making about people doing things just to get the pat on the back. The people I was staying with in Arizona, Mike and Lori, fuck off. They would actually videotape the dwelling spot of homeless people. They would take, Lori would do this. She would take her smartphone. They would go to McDonald's, get a warm meal. They would have a Facebook live stream. They would live stream this shit on Facebook. So the whole world knows where a homeless person lives, just because they wanted the praise and the pat on the fucking back because they fed a homeless person. You know what? I don't have anything against feeding anybody, but now you are putting a homeless person's dwelling spot in a national spotlight to the fucking world. Now they are at greater risk of being mugged, murdered, all because you wanted to look so good in front of everybody. That was Mike and Lori, the people I stayed with. Fuck them. And they can take their cease and desist and shove it up their ass, because I can say whatever the fuck I want to say. What are you going to do? Sue me? This is how they were. And I feel bad because their grandson, I'm not going to say his name, but their grandson has autism, and he was doing things he shouldn't have been doing, like inappropriate things that he should not have been doing. But who am I going to tell? I'm 2,000 miles away from home. So, they're just awful people, and they allowed it. They let it happen. They thought it was funny, that the inappropriate shit he was doing. They thought it was funny. So I am never going to stay with them again. And they probably forgot I exist. I don't give a fuck, because in my world, they don't exist. Their grandson always will, but they don't. I've also been constipated when I was like 9 or 10. No shit. I'm sorry, Spinette. That was a bad joke. Listen, I know what it's like to be constipated, and it is uncomfortable. It has you buckled over in pain. It's really not funny. It hurts. Constipation is a son of a bitch. Yeah, it's terrible. Now, see, I can say words like this on this channel because it's the real me. On the Jared Fuller Show, I'm not going to be cussing. I'm going to behave myself because that's a family-friendly channel. This is the uncensored, I want to say rated R version of Jared Fuller, but I don't know if I'd take it quite that far. It's terrible when you can't poop. Yeah, it's awful. It's an awful feeling. What? I already did. I did that like a week after my birthday, talking about our little dog Scruffy, who passed away on July 8th. I already brought that up. But yeah, Spinette, I'm glad I met you, bro. Genuinely glad you make me man, you make me smile all the time, Spinette. All the time. That's why I love you so much, man. You're one of the good ones. And I'm so glad we crossed paths. I'm beyond grateful. There's, with the way the world's going right now, with the cost of everything going up, and the government making cuts to programs that we need to survive. We depend on these, and the government. There's a lot of dumb shit going on with everything in the world right now. And this is not a political channel, by the way, and this is not a political rant. I'm just stating for the record, the world is not a very nice place right now. And even with that being said, I am trying my best to do the right thing, to make friends along the way. People who I thought were friends, they ended up, like rotten fruit. They fell off the vine. Fuck them, let them go. But I'm doing my best to help people, to try to improve the world in some way. I can't do it on my own. But I'm always going to try. I'm always going to go for that, the best outcome. And, because I just want for everybody to make it. I want for everybody to thrive. And I'm always going to help anybody if I can. There's going to be times when I can't help people. And I feel bad about that. But and there's, like Dad said, there's also going to be times when I'm just not going to help certain people anymore. But I will always, I'm always going to try to do better. I'm always going to try to do better than, and the only person I'm in competition with is me. Like, well, shit, I did this yesterday. I can do it better tomorrow. I can top that. Well, how's your day been? My day's been great so far, Spinette, and it just got better talking to you because my day got so much better when I joined this live. Spinette, you see, we think a lot alike, man. We think so much alike. And I'm glad you're here, and I'm never going to push you away. Never, never. You're one of my favorites. But I'm always going to try to do what's right. Even if people out there think it's wrong or that I'm up to no good or whatever, I won't need to tell anybody what I do because all of my good deeds will speak for themselves. And I sure shit, I'm not going to videotape a homeless person as I hand them a meal from McDonald's because, oh, I need a pat on the back. And I'll tell you what, just for the record, I have bought food for someone who was sitting in the street because they were hungry. I have gotten coffee for a homeless guy. I've gotten hot meals. They would hang out by the McDonald's there in Saginaw. They're on Michigan and Gratiot there in Mackinac. I have bought warm meals for homeless people who hang around that McDonald's. I don't need the validation. I don't need the pat on the back. I don't. Yeah, Dad's bought meals for veterans. I bought meals for cancer warriors. I don't need a pat on the back. I don't need a pat on the back. I buy meals. I help people in the child of cancer world because it's the right thing to do. Because I understand the struggle. I get it. I'm not just talking homeless. I'm talking also, yes, I have gotten meals for cancer warriors, their families. I have. I've taken money out of my own pocket because I understand the struggle of what childhood cancer is. I know what it does to families. I know how devastating it is. I am not going to back down. I'm not going to stop doing what I'm doing just because some arrogant douchebag has a problem with me. Well, that's your problem. And that goes for anybody watching this. If you have a problem with me, that's your problem. I love the fact that I get to live rent-free in your head. And I get to take up all the space in your head for free. It's not costing me anything. Because while you're too busy bitching and critiquing and criticizing everything I do, You're wasting all this time criticizing. I'm out here actually making my time worthwhile and helping people and trying to make this world better for all of us. I have a feeling we'll meet in person one day. Either it's by complete accident or if we want to meet each other one day. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Spinat. Maybe if we're both still doing the YouTube thing here, maybe we can do a collab video sometime. I could appear in one of your videos, you'll appear in mine. I would love that more than anything. I would love that more than anything in the world. Um, I don't know if you have my email address, Spinat. I believe it's in the About tab section of my YouTube channel. So let me go and double check here. Um, yes, you go to my in the description part of the YouTube channel, and where it says view email address, that's all you gotta do. You just click on that. And you can contact me privately that way. I would love to hear from you, Spinat. I really would. You know, because I know we don't when we do interact, it's never, like in secret or anything or private or anything. But if there's anything you want to talk to me about that you don't want to talk about in the open, like in my chat log or in one of your videos or whatever the case may be, please email me. And your email address will not be used for anything. It will remain confidential. It's not nobody's gonna know, Spinat. Nobody will ever know your email address. No one will ever know any personal information about you. Okay? It'll be between me and you. Because I love talking to you, man. You're cool. You're awesome. And I hope that I could bring some spark of magic to someone's day. Because life out here is not great anymore. It's just not. This world has turned to shit and shambles. We are in trouble. So I'm doing what I can to try just to try to make someone else's day better and brighter. That's all I'm trying to do. And if that makes me a bad guy, then I guess I'm a fucking bad guy. But it's not going to stop me from doing the right thing. And I don't need praise. I don't need attention. I don't need the, I don't need the parade of showering from people. Oh, isn't he just an amazing person? Give him a pat on the back. Let's grovel at his feet. No, I don't need it. I don't need special treatment. I just need for people to stop being so damn shitty and ugly towards each other. And let's work together to make this world a better place for all of us. You're one of the main reasons I've got my channel back up. Spinat, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I'm glad I could inspire you. Because although all things Jared, the channel's down forever permanently, I bounced back with the Jared Fuller Show. And maybe we're going to do things better. I would hope. That's the vision I have for that channel. I hope that we can do things differently, do things better, and try to make it as entertaining and as fun as possible. And if that channel gets taken down, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I'll probably just have this one channel. But yeah, Spinat, email me. It might not go to my my inbox. It'll probably go into my spam folder, but I will check my spam folder. I used to have a channel with more subscribers, but I forgot the password to my account, so I also lost it permanently. But that shout out video never left my mind, so I came back. That's because I believed in you, Spinat, and I still do. I still do. I always will. And yeah, email me. Email me anytime, bro. Your information will never leave the email. We will definitely stay in touch, and I will we'll check in on occasion. And, I'll give you my cell phone number, text each other, email each other, whatever you want to do. Um, but I will always love and support you, Spinette. Just like Kaleo, Kaleo's my dude. All right, where's the email again? I was going to the bathroom. So if you go to the Jared where the homepage of my YouTube channel, and where it says disclaimer, you got to click on more. Okay, and then when you scroll down, you'll see where it says view email address. You have to do it from a computer. You have to do it from a computer. It won't show up on a cell phone. You have to do it from a computer. I don't want, what the fuck? I didn't want Yahoo. The fuck. But anyway, it's 4:00, Spinette. I'm going to go over time a little bit just to make sure that you have my email address. Because what I can do, if you don't have it, I'll put it in the chat real quick so you can write it down, and then I'll just remove it from the chat. Do you have a pen and a piece of paper ready? I'll do it that way so you don't have to jump through all those steps. I'll wait for you. So to ensure that there's not dead air, Dad, is there anything you wanted to add before we say goodbye?
No, it's nice talk to him. I like him. He's a good guy.
Spinette? Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Spinette? My dad likes you. He thinks you're cool.
Yep.
Yeah, grab a pen and paper real quick, and what I'll do is I'll put the email address in my chat, and then when you say got it, I'll delete it from the chat. He says, well, thank you, Jerry Bear's dad. You're Jerry Bear's dad. His name is Wayne, by the way. My dad, his name is, or you call him Pops. Everyone calls him Pops. So yeah, are you ready, Spinette? Yep. Okay. So here comes my email address, and when you've got it, type in got it, and then I'll delete the email address. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Which I don't know why I would delete it anyway. Anybody can get it as long as it's in my channel description. But after I end this, we're gonna, what are we doing? Gotta go to Owasso. Okay, gotta take care of some business. But yeah, let me know any. Okay, got it. Good, Spinette. Good. All right, Spinette and King Bob and Toenail, everybody who came in, I love you guys so much. I will be back next week for another Sunday video update. My name is Jared Fuller, aka Jared Bear. Don't forget to tune into the Fox Sunday Flashback tonight. I love you too, Spinette, with all my heart. Tune in tonight to the Fox Sunday Flashback with my buddy Dan Richards. Begins at 7 o'clock tonight and goes until 11 o'clock. He's taking your requests. The number is 810-230-9777. Once again, 810-230-9777. There is a link to the station's website at the top of the chat. All you got to do is go to the website, click on Listen Live at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, and the Fox Sunday Flashback will be on. My buddy Dan Richards, and he is a personal friend of mine. He will be on the air tonight. So I love y'all. I'll see you next week. And make the world a better place, because we all need it now more than ever. I love you guys. Later.